singlare drog over salten hav. Til Norge hans korsmann stande blant gode brandskripper han fant sin grav. Der vanket så plådigen panne vel opp for dag. De kommer vel over den hede. Vel Romsdals kuster han styrer i land. Erklærte seg for en fjende. Han fulgte efter 1400 mann, som alle hadde vondt i sinne vel opp for dag. De kommer vel over den hede. De skjedde og brente bare de kom frem. All folk rett manne de krenke. Holdingens av makt rørte jeg dem. De spottet den i greten det enke vel opp for dag. De kommer vel over den hede. Soldatene rodde på kongens tog. I selv må landet forsvare forbannet. Leder til nyttingstråd. Så nå sider blått vil spare vel opp for dag. De kommer vel over den hede. De bønder av folket leser og lom. Med skarpe økser på nakke i bredde. Og til sammen kom. Med skatter så ville de snakke vel opp for dag. De kommer vel over den hede. Vel opp for dag. De kommer vel over den hede. 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 Et underlide der løper en sti, som han måtte kringen kalte låken, skynder seg der forbi. I den skal fienden falle vel opp for dag. De kommer vel over den hede. Med døde kropper ble kringestrødd. Piranne fikk nok at det ungdomsblod som flød. De største pievegene vel opp for dag. De kommer vel over den hede. Den kneiser støtte på samme sted som Norges hovedner måtte tro verre. Når man som meg bliver het, så hit hans øyne den skoe vel opp for dag. De kommer vel over den hede. Vel opp for dag. De kommer vel over den hede. Over den hede. Over den hede. Over den hede. Over den hede.
Good evening and welcome back to the Dwarven Fortress of Keskalokil. and we stopped last time because it was the 1st of limestone, the beginning of autumn, and we're kind of expecting that the goblins will turn up within the next couple of weeks because they seem to like turning up towards the start of the season. So we're kind of temporarily suspending works in the goblin welcoming area, and hoping that they will that if the goblins do turn up, they will all fall into the goblin drowning machine. We've been some tribute has arrived. That, of course, is the thing that happens precisely on the 1st of limestone. I think this is the tribute from the elves. So yes, that will probably arrive somewhere from the south and have to work out how it's going to get to the trade depot. But Pink Beast is explaining how the expensive bit of Kerbal Space Program is the postage. So yes, we are expecting they're around somewhere. Those elves, I'm sure. I think they're elves. Like we could try going out and getting more tribute, but I feel that when we've only got 30 dwarves, sending them out hunting for tribute is probably not the best move. Right, we have made some masterpiece Kakapo leather armour in order to cheer the mare up. There are still dwarves wandering around here on the east side of the river, which is not quite what I want. What are you up to? You've decided that something out there needs cleaning, have you? Okay. Well, as long as you get it cleaned and then get back before the goblins arrive, that's fine. At least the dwarves know not to tread on the bridge much. I should possibly arrange that they don't have to tread on the bridge at all. But not now. Where are you going? P.S. I've lost you. Oh, there you are, yes. What have you oh no, there you are, rather. Apparently there was a patch down there that needed cleaning. And now someone else is wandering in a similar direction. What are you up to? You're also cleaning things. I think I need to give people more work to do. Oh, are you going to clean the tunnels? I mean, we did leave quite a lot of dead goblins down there. No, you're not. What is there that needs cleaning this badly?
Is there a dead body of a dwarf that needs disposing of before ghosts come and get things?
No, cleaning just means removing the blood from things for the most part. And like, there is plenty of blood around to remove. It's just slightly weird that you're choosing to remove a bit that's so far from the main fortress. Oh yeah, see, there's some blood here. And now there isn't, but like, it's not like there's a shortage of blood. I mean, I suppose there isn't that much around here, because we don't generally get into fights down here. There's plenty of blood up here, but you decided to just clean that tiny patch and now you're coming home again. Oh look, it's Var Force of Darkness, but it's apparently a small one because they're not willing to parley. Where are they?
When do you get notified? Or is the first one about to step onto the map?
It's usually just after the first squad steps onto the map, so it's usually several, but I am certainly having some difficulty.
Is it possible they turn up from a different angle?
Well, when I choose them here, I get centred here, which would suggest that they should be on the right-hand edge of the screen here, but I can't currently see them. They're not that lot. Those are in cages. Let's unpause and see if it becomes more obvious. They presumably haven't arrived in the caverns. That would be weird, and like quite fatal for them, because the caverns are full of forgotten beasts. And we don't actually know what happens at that edge of the caverns. Those are all corpses. Can we see them in the people list? So there are lots of caged invaders and prisoners, and indeed a guest. But
Maybe they're besieging you by telephone.
yes, there's no sign of actual goblins yet. Oh, there they are. Right, good. Possibly we should do something about the dwarf who's currently walking back this way. I don't have an easy way to stop them. I mean, this is probably a small enough mob of goblins that they won't be very fatal, but who are you? What are you good at? Like, you're only a talented spear dwarf, which worries me a bit. You look reasonably well equipped, but I would prefer you not to go that way. I think what I want to do then is say you're a member of Splatter. Can I ask you to station on this side of the river? Yes, if I do this and then choose Zulban Zonidash. Right, yes, I can then go back there and unselect that. Then say Zulban Zonidash and only Zulban Zonidash should station themselves very far away from those goblins. Up there. Now that's the wrong direction to be going in. Please turn around. There is a snatcher who is about to come to grief. Fine. I'm worried about Zulban Zonidash. Let's give that a more direct station order here. Like, there's only one sensible way to get there. You're still going the wrong way. Our incoming goblin thief has met a grizzly bear. So far has survived meeting the grizzly bear. We actually have two goblin thieves. I'm worried about Zulban, but actually, I think we may only have currently one. Well, most of the goblin invaders are heading north, so Zulban might be okay. Meanwhile, here is a grizzly bear. Let's follow the grizzly bear. And here is the goblin they're chasing. I think the grizzly bear's got stuck on a tree. Unfortunately, there's an axe dwarf who's in the wrong place. Sorry, a spear dwarf who's in the wrong place. Oh, the leopards have started doing things. Have they died? Yeah, that's not very good for the leopard. Problem with a bunch of goblins with ranged weapons is that they will shoot the leopards before the leopards can eat their faces. Especially if the leopard's in the wrong place. Where's that? No, not that one. That goblin bowman then. Oh right, did you fire the arrow from down here and somehow hit the leopard? Where's the leopard, I wonder? Has the leopard foolishly come onto the wrong side of the drowning machine? Anyway, meanwhile the spear dwarf is happily getting dragged in the correct direction by these... Oh dear, there's an unhappy leopard, yes. Right, the spear dwarf has, well, is doing something to that goblin. Which will probably turn into killing pretty shortly. Meanwhile, a grizzly bear versus a different goblin thief, I think. Yes, goblin thieves, not much good against grizzly bears. Right, meanwhile, so here I think is most of the squad of incoming goblins, who seem to be sitting quite still at the moment. Let's see how things are going for the... Yes, you're definitely taking that poor goblin apart, my dear grizzly bear, which is what you're for. Right, so that goblin's dead. These goblins are thinking about advancing across the drowning machine, but have met another grizzly bear, who is sensibly running away. Good. Oh dear, you've been injured somewhat. No, veterinary surgery is kind of on the list of things that should be implemented. There's a skill for it, but it doesn't work properly yet. Sorry, I'm just reading IRC because I've not been paying much attention. Right, so the first goblin... Oh, excellent. First goblin is advancing across the goblin drowning machine. I think most of the rest of the squad are standing on the goblin drowning machine. Oh, they're shooting backwards. Intriguing. Oh no, there's one goblin down there. I think, are they shooting at that leopard? Yes. They're shooting at a leopard which is enthusiastically charging towards them. It will be activated in a few ticks. This goblin has triggered it, but it takes a little while for it to operate, which means I hope that the leopard won't quite get onto it before it opens. Like, the leopard's a decent distance away still. That's an awful lot of yes, you're not a very happy war leopard, but you're still not, I think, stopping Meanwhile, that bridge is going to open very shortly, leaving this one goblin alone with, oh, the war leopards. The leopards died without a leopard. Yes, someone successfully got an arrow into the leopard's head. But I think if this works, this should open very shortly. Go on, open. Yes. Okay, some of them made it across, but not all. So here we have Bomrek Umam, stray war grizzly bear brackets tame, who is, I think, not having a good day, but...
That is a tame grizzly bear or a war grizzly bear, depending whether you're on the trigger end.
Yes.
Make it totally clear that this grizzly bear has a right end and a wrong end.
Yes, this is not going well for it, though. It's got shot several times. I mean, I suspect it's going less well for the goblins, but yeah, not all of them. I mean, several of them are going to be busy drowning soon. Where are they then? I mean, the ones that aren't busy drowning. Can't see them. Oh dear, that bear has died. Well, we'll need to breed more of them then.
I think the bear you focused on a moment ago was ecstatic about having become a parrot, so this may already be happening.
Yes. An accurate arrow shot to the head. We need a way to give our bears armour. I mean, that should be possible. I mean, these aren't polar bears, admittedly, so... not quite the proper kind of armoured bear. All right, we have... oh, right.
I think if you're going to be like that, traditionally the bear should make its own armour anyway.
Yes. Yes, so the two goblins here are both standing on the pressure plate, which incidentally will ensure that they don't cover up the three drowning goblins. But that won't help them because they still can't swim. So that's why they haven't triggered the weapon traps yet. Meanwhile, we have one goblin back here who is looking slightly confused at the fact that three of their friends have surprisingly fallen into water. Oh dear. No, those are still on a square that doesn't contain a weapon trap, though I am now asking myself why it doesn't contain a weapon trap. But if they step forward... So this one is standing here looking confused. All right, the siege is now officially over. Sadly, for these goblins, they've gone and trodden on some more weapon traps. And the weapon traps don't know that we're not at war anymore. And so we get this kind of thing happening to them.
Well, that mostly missed.
Yes.
It only takes one.
Yeah, it doesn't need many when you've got 10 weapons in the weapon trap.
Yeah, these weapon traps do seem to, like, seriously overachieve. I'd envisioned it as having, like, one blade that falls or something. But, but it turns out it's more like a sort of goblin pressure plate powered blender.
Yeah, yes, more or less. I mean, it gets even more exciting if you put proper trap components like whatever, spiked discs or things. I've forgotten what they're called. Yes, Dizzyet, we apologise for the angry goblin fruit salad. It's a bloody pain disposing of all these bodies.
Warm sound, kids. For the bit where you have to tidy up afterwards.
Oh, there's a surviving goblin here who is who I think may just have
What a good name.
doomed ghost. Yes, well, you will be fairly shortly, I fear, because you've just met a war grizzly.
Doomed ghost. Doomed ghost. Doomed ghost.
Okay, the war grizzly is actually running away, which is probably going to mean that you might manage to kill it. Oh, well done, dear goblin. Not very dear goblin. You've killed one of our bears. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do now. You're alone. I would suggest you leave the map. Like, I've got a random spear dwarf who can come and give you a good stabbing if you want. But I would prefer you just to leave the map. Yeah, that looks like you're going good. Going kind of reluctantly, because you feel like you've got a great success in killing one of our bears. Playful glazes and an unnamed leopard. But the thing about grizzly bears is they breed.
Like leopards.
Leopards do. Dwarves seem to be a little more reluctant. So
Do we still think this might actually be a bug, or?
might be. But like,
I mean, obviously
we will cope one way or the other.
anyway, but
Right, so that siege was reasonably successful. Did the tribute arrive while we were faffing? No. I think they may have got scared off by the goblins. Right, and we can thus release Zulban Zonidash from standing around wherever I told them to stand around. So yes, that was quite a small... Well, I think they may have got some more names. That was quite a small invasion, but...
So how many people did you tell to get indoors and stop doing things that you now need to remember to tell them?
I didn't tell them. I merely suspended a lot of tasks. So all being well, I should just be able to go through here and look for things that say S. And apart from that one, which is suspended for reasons I can't currently remember, I think that I don't actually want to build it yet. I just unsuspend them all. Except for those ones as well, the brewing jobs. We've still got plenty of booze. What was that thing at the bottom of the list? All right, that's make bone bracelet. Yes. Why will no one come and push track vehicle? I think that weapon trap has got jammed, so someone's going to have to come and fix it. So yes, that was a fairly tiny goblin siege, and well, they lost most of them. Like, to an extent, that's quite good by the goblin standards. One advantage of this system is that they do actually occasionally get to run away with some goblins, because the traps won't chase them down. And well, the grizzly bears try to, but this often ends badly for the grizzly bears. So yeah, we've still got a decent number. And like, they got one solid kill in there. But yes, that does. I think the in particular against a mob of mostly ranged weapon dwarves, the animals are not very effective. But they're good against thieves. Is that a square that doesn't have a trap on it? Yes. A square in the middle of these traps with no trap. Right, fix that.
Isn't that the square you stand on to repair all the other traps?
That's fine, the dwarves don't trigger them.
Well, they might not trigger
Oh, well, I think this is a trap that's been demolished because it has a great big pile of copper weapons on it. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. How odd. Okay, well, we'll have a second Warhammer then. So it shouldn't take very long to rebuild. And that square there, I think, also seemed like it didn't have a trap, which it should do. That's odd. There's an artifact weapon lying around. I should investigate that. Tholod Dom. $23, $24, $24, $25, $25, $26. Right, that's enough. There it is. Oh, Tholod Dom is a superior quality copper spear owned by the family of One Hand Thingy Not Gol, I think.
superior archive copper.
Deep Cloister, the Thunder of Depressions. Yes, One Hand Tong Snakes, whom I think we still have. So they might not appreciate that being stuffed into a machine. On the other hand, it's not like they're going to be fighting with it, so. So now we have 3 months before the next likely invasion. So we can finish trying to release the dwarven prisoners of war. Injured cat there. We're now bringing in, yes, goblin cages from all the way up here, which is possibly extravagant. Maybe we should release some more first. But I suppose installing them, that hauling the cages is something that almost anyone can do, so. Not quite sure if we can then take them out of the minecart, or if they're stuck in that minecart until we eject them or persuade someone to do something else with the minecart. But like ejecting them will be the easiest thing, surely. I think this dwarf here is probably building that weapon trap. Mostly out of quite nearby weapons. Oh dear, a raven has forgotten some training. Oh, what do you want now? You want 2 more leather armour.
Pick people? I don't know.
No, not the raven, the mare. Kind of annoying because this will possibly mean that we can't. Well, I suppose there's a lot. Yes, maybe we should leave the making mandates around so that when when we want to sell leather armour, we can. At the moment, I don't think the mayor has mandated not selling leather armour. There are a lot of objects on this square that need moving. Oh, it's full of forbidden items as well. Let's unforbid those. Because otherwise the trap will not be able to be built. So I suppose unlike your traditional angry fruit salad of like syntax highlighting, this one is also flashing at varying frequencies. So it's kind of angrier than is usual. Oh, we've got an alert. What does that alert say? Oh, a Caradan from Ilusonget Thathil.
Somewhere.
That doesn't sound familiar. I presume they haven't brought wagons because then we would get a message saying their wagons have bypassed your inaccessible site. I'm slightly going, where did they arrive? All right, they're down here. If you're trying to come in that way, we're going to need to open the gate for you. Stand well clear. Hope they don't make it to the gate before it opens, as the gate is designed to crush things outside it rather than inside, for reasons of safety. Well, I mean, our safety. Okay, no, they've decided to go the other way anyway. It's going to be quite a long walk from there to the trade depot via an awful lot of dead goblins and several traps, but I think they shouldn't I think they shouldn't trigger the weapon traps. Obviously, I should prioritise clearing those squares on which things are flashing, shouldn't I? Let's reclaim everything on that slope at least. So many objects that have to be moved just to be able to finish building things. Oh, we should probably haul some stuff up to the trade depot, shouldn't we? So since these, a dwarven caravan, they probably haven't got much that we want. Oh, actually, there's plenty of stuff in the trade depot. Where have the... oh, right, there are the merchants. They're just coming through the tunnel under the river. Because I suppose they don't have to go through the delta, at least. They can use this bridge. Hell, we could probably allow them to use this bridge with a bit of care, but... We've moved almost all of the goblin cages to the correct place. The merchants are still arriving. We won't release any goblins while there are merchants around. I mean, in the region of the goblins anyway. The goblin releasing lever is linked up to a cage. I think we might want to attach it to more of them. Oh, another caravan has arrived. Oh god, this is going... Vabok Okang is where we expect them to come from. Right, we appear to have two group caravans. I don't know quite how this will work, if at all. I mean, assuming they don't all get tangled up in the traps, which I don't think they will. I've been reminded of this lukewarm cup of tea. Tea. Right. Right, let us observe the incoming merchants not triggering the weapon traps. I mean, they're straying rather close to the giant hamsters, mind. They seem to like walking right along the edge of the riverbank, which would be scary if there were anything dangerous in the river. And now they're crossing the bridge here. Here's the next one. I can't point at it because there's too much stuff there. They're crossing the river. Here's another merchant with a camel. And another merchant, and they brought some guards, caravan guards with them as well. Yes, well, you don't have any hands. It does make it slightly hard to cheer you up. Though actually you're not one of our most depressed dwarves. You don't have the best possible bedroom. You don't even seem to have a cabinet in there. I mean, admittedly, you also can't probably find wearing clothes quite difficult, but... Do we have any exciting cabinets? No. Well, we can give you a masterwork cabinet at least. I wonder if we have any particularly good chests. Oh, we have a artifact chest we could put in there, though. At least I think that's an artifact. That will improve things. I mean, I'm not sure whether you'll be hugely cheered by sleeping in a better bedroom. To be fair, I'm kind of cheered by sleeping in better bedrooms. That's mostly places where it isn't so noisy. But so yes, I don't know that you can craft. I think you have no family to be with. Like, you have some close friends, which is probably a good start. You'll find it quite hard to acquire objects because you can't dress yourself. And I suppose we could give you some martial training. We could try that, like... Are you currently a member of the Veiled Smiths? Because... No. Oh, right. Are you currently a member of the Lardy Larks? Maybe we should move you into the Veiled Smiths and send them for some martial actual training. Yeah, do some training, Veiled Smiths. We want to cheer up one of your number. I promise not to try to fill your training area with water. Why have you left a pile of armour there and decided to pick up some different armour? We have 2 messages saying merchants have arrived and are unloading their goods. Okay. Well, apparently we're getting, like, a vast quantity of grizzly bears going into the training area and coming back out again. Bears. Let's ask the broker to come over to the trade depot, please. Right, I think 2 more of those are very shortly going to be built. You're trying to organise a dodging demonstration, but this will work better if someone else comes to join you.
Dodge this. Dodge what?
Like, I would like our no-handed, unhappy dwarf to head over there. What's in that cage? Oh dear, another giant hamster. That cage is empty. That cage, sorry, that cage, yes, Stoats. I mean, that cage, which is not empty, it contains a giant wild boar. It's also forbidden. We could unforbid it. Don't know that'll make much difference. All right, here is someone gradually reducing the population of this square so as to finish building the weapon trap on it. There we go, one constructed weapon trap.
What are they doing with the content in square? Just moving it into the next square.
Yes. See? Aha! I don't think I've seen this question before. Who do you want to trade with? We have the dwarves from Ilsonget Thatthil and the dwarves from Vabok Okang. Those are, I think, from our civ. And, oh yes, that was the thing. Have I managed to erect a raven cage? They're assigned, but they haven't been put in there. Damn. No one has yet moved the ravens to the correct place. I mean, the thing about dwarves is they probably haven't brought much that we need. Well, we haven't... Let's continue buying musical instruments in case they're useful.
The crafts dwarfship of the dwarves is unparalleled. That's because if you go to the elves, they have crafts elfship instead.
Let's buy some dwarven ale because we might not have much of that. Like, since we're not making booze at the moment, we may as well buy it. Don't need any of those kinds of animals. If you've brought steel weapons and armour, we'll buy them. Even though we've... no, except bucklers. Don't like bucklers. Oh, there's a spectacularly good chest there. I mean, I feel we should probably buy spectacularly good furniture so we can install it in people's bedrooms. Even if we have to sell like 15 tons of second-hand socks in order to get it.
I mean, getting 15 tons of second-hand socks off your hands also seems like value.
Yes. As long as the second-hand socks are actually here. Let's buy clothes, actually, because clothes that haven't got suspicious axe-shaped holes in them are quite valuable. Probably okay for jewellery, though. That doesn't wear out so much. Ooh, steel chain leggings, we'll have them. I mean, I should probably try to organise doing things with things like parchment. Right, but did you only bring trousers and no other clothes? Did I miss something?
Maybe they heard you had enough socks.
Yes, it does look like the only clothes that these dwarves have bought. Oh, there was a different kind of a musical instrument. We'll have that too. Have our trousers. Right. I think we'll just, well, we should probably only sell those things that are actually worn, shouldn't we? Because like other clothes, we can wear until they're worn out. All right, that's mostly iron weapons and armour, or iron armour, which we can always melt. So I hope we've actually got enough stuff to sell for that. I mean, we've got enough in total, but it may not all be somewhere convenient. Suppose there's also an argument that we could sell the worst quality stuff we have, but rather than just the worn stuff, so as to encourage the dwarves to wear high quality clothes which will make them happier. Right, that's all the stuff, interesting stuff from that bin sold. Oops, no, pluses are not indications of wear. Go on, that's a lot of profit. Surely you must be happy now. Yes, right, good. And still, that's we're only halfway through the list, so that's probably okay. Right. What have you got from Vabok Okang? Anything in here that we want? More musical instruments. Wow, that's expensive. Sure, if we buy enough musical instruments, people will work out how to play them. Don't need peacocks, don't need horses. We'll take some dwarven wine. Okay, yes, we'll buy a giant cave spider silk coat and some new socks, especially some really valuable ones. I hope I've got enough stuff to buy this with. I may have to come bring some more stuff up here, and some gloves and some mittens. No, those chests are not fun, not adequately exciting. So you didn't bring any trousers? Oh no, trousers are down here? No. No, no sign of trousers. Oh, we've got some books, though possibly ones we already have. I think we've got Exploring the Human and Errors in the Economy. I'm not sure about Mastering Surveying. Right, I don't know if we've brought enough stuff up here for this. Oh, there's a big pile of trinkets. Right, we can just sell that entire bin of trinkets, can't we? Probably. Take the bin as well. We're feeling generous. Don't take that. That's an artifact. Don't think there was anything artifact in the bin we just gave away, was there? Probably not at that price.
Something worth 435 there.
Yes, but that's just a decorated giant leopard gecko bone bracelet, I think. Everything else in here appears to be a bone bracelet, so. I mean, artifacts are usually worth at least 5,000, so I think the fact that the entire bin is only worth about 5,000 is probably not to be worried about. Yes, obviously you get our jugs of royal jelly. Can't even tell the main noun of most of these, but they're probably bracelets. We make so many bone bracelets. We still make bone bracelets because we don't have a shortage of bones. No, we'll keep crutches. No, that's still yellow. We may actually have to sell some new clothes. I mean, we could haul more stuff up to the trade depot, but I'm not keen on abandoning this trading attempt. We'd probably do better by like slowly selling a few, doing a small trade in order to cheer the our counterparty up before doing a big one. But I'm too lazy. Why is that orange? Does that mean untradeable? Let's leave that one out for now. Right, okay, oh good, we've just about reached the top of the list and we're back to green. Right, does that mean we have a mandate not to... We've only got a mandate to make leather armour, so yeah, I don't quite know what that oranginess was about. Yes, they don't bring dwarves that we can buy, and no one seems to come to visit our library or our tavern or our temples or even our medical school. Right, there don't seem to be any dwarves mucking around down there. There don't seem to be any outstanding tasks here, but it is only linked to one cage, but I think we should pull that lever to release a goblin. Actually, I think that one may still technically be waiting for construction. We'll suspend it for now, just in case. All right, that's released several goblins. Good, and they're all walking off. Excellent, right. We can now unsuspend that construction again. If, like, it's still there. Resume construction. Right. So yes, this technique for getting the goblins to go away does seem to work adequately. Right. So let's link it to link the lever to some more cages. So that's, yes, an artifact shale coffer, which, let's see if the if no hands is what they think of that bedroom now. Now grand, that will help. So where are you, and why are you not over here in your oops, no, in your barracks practicing fighting? Like, you may have no hands and no working legs, but you can still dodge. You can roll out of the way if you have to.
Back your legs off.
Yes. Someone should dispose of that adder corpse. I mean, should already have been automatically dumping, but... Yes, indeed, you can even attack. Dwarves can bite. Oh, what? Avazamat Logem, wrestler, has been found dead. Well, that's alarming. On the surface. What? How did that cave dragon get out? I don't think I installed the cave dragon cage down there, did I? No, because I was surely only selecting goblin cages, because I'm not an idiot. But the cave dragon that we had in a cage is now not in a cage.
Presumably all of this fighting goblins is from a while ago. Because goblins
Yes. Or different goblins. Like they may have possibly... Oh, has someone activated the goblin launcher? I wonder if it didn't quite function correctly. Or perhaps, actually, are we confident cave dragons can't fly? Maybe if you launch a cave dragon into the sea, what it does is goes, no, I'm not going into the sea. Turns around, comes back to the land and is very unhappy.
can cave dragons swim?
Or indeed, maybe it can swim, yes. Anyway, I fear that this may mean we have a wild cave dragon on the loose. Well, it might do. Oh, well, let me finish reading its combat log. So, I mean, possibly even it like fought the goblins while they were underwater, busy drowning. Actually, we could see. Let's find the last attack it had on a goblin. Yes, I reckon that was underwater somewhere around here. So I think it was indeed hurled into the sea. It fought the goblins who were simultaneously busy drowning. Now, then it came back onto land. It returned to land here, yes. Started carving its way through our livestock. Got into some fights. And yes, managed to cause some serious injury there.
The wiki is silent on whether they can swim. It does agree with you that they can't fly.
So look, they're doing pretty well here, biting the cave dragon in the lower body, tearing the fat and bruising the muscle and bruising the right kidney. Cave dragon collapsed from overexertion. Our usual problem, if even a really effective dwarf confronted with enough goblins will simply be unable to kill them before they tire out. Now, did you then use a useful weapon? Yes. Occasionally. Right, yes. So you did actually, the wrestler, who's that? It's a bit hard to tell. One of the deceased Avars Umet Logem or Led Aladusim. Led Aladusim. So Led Aladusim has successfully killed the cave dragon, but we have lost one dwarf in the process. Right, good, probably. Well, I mean, it's a good job we still have the military patrolling for this kind of thing. One cave dragon, not treated as a notable kill, sadly. Right, Pink Beast suggests, yes, they can indeed swim. So not sensible to try to drown your cave dragons by hurling them into the sea, we discover. Right, sorry Avaz Omet Logem. I didn't mean to have you killed by a cave dragon. Pity we had a nice round number for a while.
Now you've got a nice prime number.
True. No migrants as usual. Right, well, I think now that we have a different system for disposing of goblins that doesn't involve rudely drowning them, I'm going to remove the mechanism for launching them. Fun though it was, it did also kill a dwarf, admittedly by me. I bet if I'd released that cave dragon by other means, it would also have rampaged through the fortress rather than running away. But it would have started by rampaging through a load of weapon traps. And then through a quantity of grizzly bears, though it would have probably killed those quite effectively. Meanwhile, it would appear that the nervous dwelling upon being elected. Does that mean we have a new mayor with new opinions? No, it is actually the same one, right? But yes, our unhappy dwarf who would like to have more military training is not like going to their assigned military training, which is inconvenient. Oh, they are. Go to individual combat drill. Excellent. That might be helpful. I mean, I don't know if it... No, now you're going to drink instead. See, that's why you're so frustrated. Yes, I'm afraid you are going to keep feeling hopeless because, well, you've suffered a major injury. We'll do what we can for you. But I admit that mostly involves putting really good furniture in your bedroom, which might not be quite what you want. Like, we did just get another excellent coffer. Though I don't know which one it is. Okay, yes, I have a slight problem, which is that I know there was one of these that was terribly valuable. But you don't get the value of things in that interface. Is it still here? Has it been taken away? It's been taken away, hasn't it? Or at least theoretically taken away. Aha, but we can get the value of things here. Most valuable chest is a nethercap chest, right. We do have a few other very valuable ones. I mean, they're not artifacts, but... yes, they do have in their room now a shale coffer decorated with giant hamster leather and persimmon wood and encircled with bands of alpaca wool and rope reed, menacing with spikes of limonite and fire agate, and decorated with an image of a Dimetrodon fiend in shale. And also 2 dwarves in oak, an image of dwarves in sea otter bone, who are travelling relating to the foundation of Friend Mansion. Pink Beast is suggesting that I'm taunting our poor dwarf by giving them furniture they can't use. Maybe.
I don't know, I think that's one you can see either way. There was a bit in one of the culture novels where somebody gets decapitated, but due to culture medical technology, their head is recovered and put immediately on life support, and then all they have to do is wait several months for a new body to be grown. And while they're waiting, someone turns up with a present for them, and someone takes terrible offence that it's a hat.
That makes sense. The tie would be cruel.
Right, that's still being linked. We're in no great hurry to release the goblins. One of our ravens has grown up. Sadly, you can't train the ravens for war, plus they will probably not do very well anyway.
I think you could have trained that cave dragon.
Right, so the problem with that, yes, you can train them, but they remain loyal to their old civilization. So then they're in this weird state of being a member of your fortress, but loyal to another civilization, which tends to mean that if anyone attacks them, then some people in your fortress will defend them and others will then... And it just leads to an utter disaster. I think if you search the wiki for the phrase loyalty cascade, you will get an explanation of roughly how this happens. That raven has accidentally lost its trainer. Let's fix that. So yes, it is... I did look into this because obviously having my own war cave dragons would be awesome. But, I mean, you saw how effective they were. They easily... The cave dragon on its own didn't have much difficulty killing a dwarf in full... A reasonably competent dwarf in full steel armour. But... it's quite hard to take enemy animals and get friendly animals out of them. I think you might be able to do it with egg layers with a bit of care, because I think they probably don't actually need their eggs to be incubated. So you might, given a breeding pair of cave dragons, be able to get some eggs out of them, which you can then use for, which you can then hatch into things which you can then tame. But even that is fiddly. It's a lot harder with things that give birth to live animals, because then they will tend to attack their children the moment they're born because they are of a different civilization.
Oh, I was expecting it to be the other way around, that they would indoctrinate their children.
No.
By which I really mean accidentally pass on attributes to their children.
No, it appears that what happens is that the children, by lex solis, are part of your own civilization. I mean, this training session does seem to be cheering up other people, but feels wonder after learning about dodging. You want to practice a craft, do you? We could probably do that. Like, I can probably afford the micromanagement to do this sort of thing. So yes, sadly the Veiled Smiths are not actually doing very well at like cheering up the one of their members that I really want to cheer up. So I take you off duty. Then I will forcibly assign the mayor to that. Then all being well, the mayor will then come and make some bone bracelets, which will cheer them up, or at least make them feel slightly less grumpy. I mean, don't know if the mayor's actually noticeably grumpy, but while we notice these sorts of things, they're actually quite happy and are busy training a stray giant hamster. We could construct some more goblin cages. If we can find them. Sorry, it was nickel we'd reached, wasn't it? So we do want to get rid of all these goblins in due course. That's a rooster, not a goblin. I mean, we can still release it, but it'll just get trapped again. Still got more of them. That's it now. No, there's a goblin. That's it now. I think it probably is. No maple, no tin, no citron, no round lime, no lead, no copper, no custard apple, no nickel, no oak, no olive, no chestnut cages containing goblins. Right, so now there will be a lot of dwarves hauling cages containing goblins and putting them and erecting them. And then we can gradually hook them up to this lever and release them. I'm doing it slightly gradually just in case if we release 20 of them at a time they start having ideas. Oh look, you've banned us from exporting leather armour. Well, that might actually cause slight trouble because I think the leather armour hasn't left the map yet that we just sold. Oh well, you can be grumpy, Mayor. That's fine, that's happening down in the... Right, you are, on the other hand, making a bone bracelet, which will shortly fix your, I hope, fix your need to craft things. Has our sadly dead dwarf been buried? Looks like it. Let me just read more carefully through the jobs on the left because that's the easy place to find it. Yeah, there isn't a place item in tomb task in there, is there? No. Oh, now we're caging ravens. Well, maybe we can get it done in time. Oh, we could release the poor oh, he's already wandering off. Yeah, he'll come back, and then we might try to see if the ravens have been caged. Got one raven in, and the other one might actually be underway. So we might be able to send some ravens back to our parent civilization. Is that a very heavy cage there? You're walking extremely slowly. It's made of tin, it's not bad. It could be lead. Right, that cage now has 2 ravens in. So we can now dismantle it as a building. We don't seem to have had many agitated animals recently. I mean, we have also not cut down many trees recently, so maybe that's related.
So it's kind of temporary. You cut down a tree and there's a wave of agitation and
Yeah, I wonder.
then the animals calm down.
Or they're all extinct. Right. Does the mayor now have a happy thought from getting to do some crafts? Not really, no. Well, you presumably no longer have a need to do crafts, at least, yes. That'll help a bit. Right, let's switch that back to anyone can use it. And probably switch the mayor back to only dedicated tasks, yeah. For some reason I put them like that, let's put them back like that. Little concerned about whether these eggs are actually going to hatch. Oh, that nest box, yes. Like, it would be nice if they did. I was kind of planning for them to give. Give, hatch. Well, if you must grow attached to an iron scimitar, I suppose that's okay. Blissful after sleeping in a bedroom like a personal palace. Well, I hope that will help. You now feel you have a royal bedroom. I slept in a bedroom. This could be bliss. She feels pleasure near a fine table as well. And a fine door. Like, you know, this really ought to be adequate. Pinkley said, did I miss the mare dying? No, no, you missed me having the mare do some craft in order to cheer them up a bit. The only death recently has been the unfortunate wrestler dying to a cave dragon. We're still... what are you doing? Are you cleaning by any chance? Oh no, you're erecting a cage. But yes, we thus put the mare briefly into do any task mode in order that they would do a task. Have we what's named that raven cage? We have, right. So now we can ask the dwarves to move the raven cage. Here it comes to the... it's a nice light cage at least, unlike the goblin cages. To the trade depot. That's not actually the right thing to do. And now our only problem is that the broker is not currently at the trade depot. So once the broker returns, they appear to be waiting for a striking demonstration. Excuse me, what group are they in?
The striking demonstration has been called off under a strike.
Yes, no, they're waiting for a biting demonstration now. You're in the splatter. Let me temporarily take splatter off duty. So that the broker can come and trade. That's better. Steph says, a biting demonstration, as in how to. Yes, yes. It's an important combat technique for when you've had all your arms and legs cut off. I mean, to be fair, one of the dwarves who was getting into a fight with the cave dragon did manage to bite it hard enough to injure its kidneys. So, like, dwarven bites are not to be sneezed at. Right, we are going to sell the dwarves from Vabok Okang a raven. We need to buy something from them to get them to take it away, though. Let us buy a toy hammer. Right, there we go. Now we'll release the broker and put Splatter back to staggered training. So now the dwarves of Vabok Okang will have a breeding pair of ravens if they want them. Whether this is of any use, I have no idea, but they're getting them anyway. That's still being linked. Like, if this lever finishes being linked before we finished installing the full batch of cages, I shall add more link jobs to it before it gets pulled. Actually, we should abolish that stockpile now, because we're not planning to launch any more goblins anytime soon, especially when it turns out that you really shouldn't do it with cave dragons. But like we have, I think we're going to try to avoid caging any more goblins, and to the extent that we do cage them, we will release them after the end of hostilities. Okay, possibly we didn't need quite that many doors. Oh well. Well, you're presumably going to end up having a meeting with the mayor, at which you will shout at them, and we'll discover whether the mayor enjoys that or not. I mean, I think we're doing all right with your state, but yeah, I'd prefer it if you weren't depressed. So what's going on at the moment? Yes, okay, a lot of people are actually sorting out moving the goblin cages around. That's not wholly surprising. Still another one of those tasks to do. Still a few goblin cages to install, but not actually that many now. I suspect that one can only be completed once that already allocated mechanisms has been moved. Oh, there's a bunch of forbidden stuff in that square. Let's unforbid that so that the cage on top of it can be built. Right, that's almost ready. So possibly we don't need to spend time on scheduling another job there. Depends a little on how long the last few goblins are going to take to get their cages in place, but what's going on with you two? We ought to be able to fix your crafting needs at least. Well, we'll do that once you're not on duty, I suppose. Oh, except you're probably in the Lardy Larks, so yes. It's temporarily take the Lardy Larks off training. So that we can get those of their members who are feeling lacking in crafting. Sodel Atirog, let us temporarily assign Sodel Atirog to this workshop to do some bone carving. And that way they will cheer up. Maybe. That's fine. You will be taking a cage with a breeding pair of ravens in it, in the hope that this will establish ravens as a standard feature of our fortresses. Yes, I don't think those eggs are viable. Right, we have 2 more cages that still need to be put in here. Let's try to get those items moved. One of them will take almost no time to install. And then we'll release the next batch of goblins, who I hope will just leave. Right, here is the dwarf bringing the mechanisms to connect up the last one of the linked cages. Those are the 2 dwarves who are erecting that cage. One of them is Sodel Atirog, who Aren't they meant to be going and carving a bone or two? Yes. Still, that's fine. If they want to come out here and install a cage, paused, that's why nothing's happening, they can. So here's our right. That means all of the linking jobs are done, and like we're only 2 cages from there being nothing left to do out here. So, where did you bring that? How did you get that cage here? What route did you take? Oh, that's the one that was over here, isn't it? Yes, there was one cage over here in those cage traps, so that was why that was coming from such a weird direction. Right, so that's that one installed. Now there's just this one. Which is being done by Sodalaterog. It's just coming down here now, and we'll just go cage fully installed. Right, so once they've got reasonably clear of the area, we will then right, yes, those are giant wild boars, I see. We will then release some goblins who will, all being well, just walk off the map. Hang on, I'm not sure you were meant to be there. Oh well, feel free to make bracelets if you want. Right, let's pull that lever. Which will then deconstruct that column of goblin cages, and those goblins will hopefully just run away. May take a while for the dwarf assigned to the task to actually find the lever. There's a kind of compromise between the lever being somewhere easy to get to for pulling it and easy to get to for linking it up to all these cages. And I think I went for making it, well, I put it as close as I felt comfortable, given that people are going to have to actually operate it. Because there are a lot more linking tasks than pulling tasks. But that does mean that when we come to actually pull the lever, it can take a little while. I suspect this is the dwarf who's coming to pull the lever. So the goblins will be released shortly. There they go. Enormous pile of loose mechanisms is, and all those goblins have left the map. Right, let us carry on linking. Right, that will take a while. So let us wonder why you're... Oh right, that's Okay, which workshop did I accidentally assign to the wrong person? That one. No, that's not a useful one. It was meant to be this workshop. Right. So force it to be Sodolatirog who does bone carving tasks briefly. A snoozing Seb, yes. I should go and sleep fairly soon, like it is almost midnight. Let's at least cheer up Sodolatirog. Who's currently storing one of their own items. A left mitten, apparently, which like they're just trying to put in their bedroom. There, and now another item. Why are you leaving your items scattered all over the place? I mean, I kind of know the answer. Another left... What? I presume that's not the same linen left mitten. Hooray! Now you're going to make a bone bracelet. So we hope that unmet lead craft object will at least drop off that list. Currently only a dabbling bone carver, so it might take a little while to do this. No, this is not the dwarf that doesn't have any hands. I don't think they can craft things, which is part of the problem. This is Sodolatirog, one of our main animal tamers. Legendary bone doctor, not such a good bone carver, but more importantly, expert animal trainer. Has far too many animals bonded to them, possibly not with glue. Right, and now no longer has an unmet need to carve objects, and indeed is going to sleep. It should also help because, like, presumably they have a good bedroom. Yes, last time they slept they were blissful, so that should be good. Don't know quite what it takes to get rid of wandering restlessness. At least that one will be dealt with now. So we should now... What's our other maximally unhappy dwarf feeling? Well, they're forging a bill and jug right now. So that's not a problem. Unmet needs a wander and be with family, and be with family is going to turn out to be a problem because they don't have any family. Right. I mean, the fact that we're keeping you reasonably happy simply by repeatedly delaying a punishment by not actually having anyone responsible for doing the punishment, well, that kind of works. Wondering if we can do something with temples. We should look into that. Possibly not tonight. You have a bedroom like a personal palace. Good. Why are you still so grumpy? I mean, to be fair, the overall distribution of happiness in the fortress is looking pretty good now, apart from the fact that we still have this long tail of grumpy dwarves. At some point we should probably dismantle this lever just to get all the spare mechanisms out of it. Another look at the task list. Lots of people are sleeping. Oh, have we dealt with that semi-wild raven now? No. Someone go and train that raven. Right. Yes, we are just watching this dwarf here, whose job is melting down items. So there's some horribly worn copper chain leggings there, for instance, that need to be disposed of. Why is no one dumping this adder corpse? Like, there are people with no job. I'm fairly sure we've got refuse hauling in the correct category now. Oh, it isn't. Let's move that now. Well, I think that includes dumping. See if making it a job that everyone can do helps. I mean, there only seems to be one. Oh, agitated animals are back. They're giant Kias this time. They're here for our books. Actually, I think the agitated kind don't generally go for the books. It's true, yes, we did just buy some. Hang on, I didn't know you could kick anything. Dr. No Hands Sedustrous. I thought your legs didn't work either, but apparently... They do. Unfortunately, getting into the fight with the giant Kia has not actually cheered them up. I mean, I say that actually. They don't have a an unmet need to practice a martial art now. That's good. Excellent. Thank you, Giant Kia. I think you have actually improved matters a little bit. Oh, and I should switch the lardy larks back to their usual state. Notional constant training. I presume the giant Kia is around here somewhere. I see 3 corpses there, yes. Why are no items getting dumped? Dump items, you annoying people. I mean, admittedly, you do seem to have plenty of tasks on anyway, somehow. But if you could dump the dead animals, that would make my life a little bit more comfortable. Oh well. It is now after midnight. So I think it's probably time I stopped for the night. We're slowly getting rid of the goblins. We've sadly lost one dwarf to an escaped cave dragon, but we will try not to capture any more cave dragons, so that should help. And we'll remember that they can swim. And we won't hurl anything into the sea, indeed, because now we're trying to release them humanely, or whatever the dwarven equivalent of humanely is. So yes, I think that will all be fine. And we've now got apparently 2 dwarven civilizations visiting us each autumn, which is pleasant. And we did manage to acquire at least some nice items from them. So until next Friday, I will save this and say good night. Good night.